Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for a new episode. So I've been in Bali for 10 days now, and today I want to share with you the three most important apps that I use pretty much on a daily basis to live my life around Bali. So let's get into it. So the three apps that I use pretty much on a daily basis are Gojek, Grab, and Tokopedia. So a little bit about each of these applications. Gojek and Grab are quite similar. They are used to book motorbikes, book cars, order food, deliver parcels, and you can even get insurance. So if you forgot to get any travel insurance whilst you're traveling in Bali, you can obviously get that as well. It can be insurance for personal belongings, insurance if you get into a motorbike accident, a car accident, and so forth. Tokopedia is like their Alibaba, their eBay, their Amazon, where you can get things delivered to your door that you might have forgotten. It could be tripods, it could be cameras, it could be batteries, pretty much anything and everything that you need, you can find on Tokopedia. So let's dive into these apps. So the first thing you want to do when downloading these apps is obviously log in. You do have a few options. You can use your Apple login, your Google login, your Facebook, and yeah, just choose whatever best suits you. But I've already obviously created my account. So once you do jump into the account, the best thing that or the first thing you should do is definitely connect your international credit card. So I've got a Wise card, so it's an international travel money card. I've connected it to all the apps. You can do that obviously in the settings of each of the apps. You can see my little profile picture up here. You can go to payment methods. You can upload your payment method, your international credit card, and then from there, anything you do spend within the app will be charged to that credit card. So it's quite easy. Inside the profile as well, you can jump into some promos. So just a bit like Uber Eats, if you're used to Uber Eats or Uber back at home, you can get certain promotions throughout the day. So you can get some discounts on food delivery, trips, and things like that. The best thing to do is always input your address. So if you're staying in a villa, staying in a hotel, make sure that you put in the correct address. If you don't, then your driver's always going to be contacting you to find out where you're getting things delivered. So it's best to save your address within the app so then there's no confusion when getting picked up, food delivered, or any parcels being dropped off. On the main page right here, you can see where I can go right. This is where you can jump onto a back of a bicycle. It is quite safe. Most of these drivers now offer you as well a helmet so you can stay safe if you're someone that's maybe a little bit apprehensive about jumping on the back of a bike. These guys are really well experienced, and just like Uber back home, they do also have a bit of a rating system. So if I was to jump into a back of a bike, click on the bike, tell them exactly where I want to go. So it might be like Uluwatu, for example. We're just going to go Uluwatu Beach. All right, it'll come up with the price. So 196,000 rupees, that's about $20 Australian. On that's a comfort. So you've got similar options like you do with Uber back home. You can go ride comfort. It's a bit of a larger bike, maybe a bit more of a comfortable seat, so you don't get a sore back or sore hip flexors riding on such a long ride. You got the Go Ride, which is just the normal budget style, which is 167,000 rupees, so about $16.70. Or you can go the car as well. If you do want to book it, you just click book Go Ride Comfort. It'll then confirm, and then the driver will obviously join or come pick you up from your location. So that is obviously the bike. You can do the exact same thing with the car. If I go car and you follow the same process, but instead of getting a bike, you do get a car option. Then we go over to the food section. So this is where you can find a whole bunch of different restaurants here in Bali. You've got all the different types of cuisine, same that you might normally have back home. You can go nearby restaurants. You can go restaurants that are offering discounts right now. Tasty and healthy. You can go really cheap options. So this right here is any meals under 30K. So we're going to jump into this one because I have been quite intrigued what you can get for under $3. What I would normally do is what I did this week is I looked through. The images aren't as good as some of the more expensive restaurants. Like this is quite kind of off-putting, and you can see for $1.80. I don't know. I don't really want to risk. I don't want to really risk getting barley bellies, but you basically can see that it's been ordered 40 times. It's a 4.5 star rating, so maybe it's okay. But look, I'm happier to maybe pay a little bit more to get better quality food. So let me show you where that is within the app. So I normally go to, let's go back into Go Food. I normally go back to a nearby restaurant, so Tasty and Healthy. So we're just going to Tasty and Healthy. You can see you've got different options: salad, roast, grill, soup, etc. I'm not going to read everything, but basically, if you want something really healthy, like a balanced meal, I found that this is my favorite place at the moment. So Uni Bowl. So I'm a really big fan of poke bowls back at home. Uni Bowl is really great. I've been spending about $9 to create my own bowl. So I'm going to jump into Uni Bowl just to show you guys right now. You can see they've got all the different options. So this one's $12.90, $12. I'm just going to remove that. But they do also have the option of build your own bowl. So for 88 or $8.80, you can build your own bowl. So we're just going to pretend like we're buying our own bowl. Want to share this dish? No, I do not. Can we go add to cart? There we go. So you can see you can pick obviously your base. You can then pick your protein. So chicken is free, and then you've got the option for sashimi and other options like that. You've got the option to add 4 toppings. Once you've basically selected everything, you just go add to cart. Okay, and then you can obviously confirm that transaction so you can get that delivered. And delivery fee usually ranges between 10 to 15,000 rupees, so it's about $1 to $1.50. And on top of that, you may want to tip your driver. So right now in Bali, it's been raining for ages, basically the last 2 days nonstop. I've come during the dry season, but it feels like the wet season. So yesterday, ordering food was an absolute nightmare because a lot of the drivers were taking time off because there was rain. So they just have a bit of a smoker and hope that the rain ends. But it rained all day, so it's really difficult to get food, and that's why maybe sometimes it's better to be prepared to have to go to the local supermarket, have some food in the fridge or in the pantry that you can cook, because the weather out here, they don't really have an application that is really accurate with what the weather's going to be like in Bali. So it can be hit and miss. Some days it could be rainy and beautiful. Some days it could be wet like it's been the last couple of days, and it's been an absolute nightmare to order any food. And even going out, even if you have your own motorbike, you get absolutely drenched. So always good to have a bit of a backup. So let's move right along. So after food, you do have different options. You can obviously send parcels. So you've got the Go Send option. Go Mart, that allows you to do shopping. So if you want to avoid going to the local supermarket, you can actually still do your grocery shopping inside the app as well, which is pretty good. GoPay, this is an option where you can actually transfer money from other people that have got GoPay. So it's kind of like Wise, where you can do transactions to people. But I haven't used it yet because I haven't needed to. And you've got Go Food, which is supermarket style groceries as well. If you go into more, you can see like the different options. But let's jump into now the Grab, which is the opposite or the other application. So we'll jump into Grab. You can see it's a very similar layout. So we'll come to the start. You can choose your food, jump on a bike, do some grocery shopping car. I'm not going to show you because they are pretty much exactly the same, guys. You've got express delivery, dine out, etc. I'm just going to go into all because with Grab, they've got a few things that are a little bit different. So you can obviously book some hotels, some packages, some navigation. You can also pay some bills. You can get some insurance like I spoke to you guys about. So let's just jump into insurance because I found this was pretty interesting when I looked through the apps yesterday before I decided to do this video. So you can get ride cover. So in case anything does happen on your ride, you can get covered. So that's basically 10 cents. So 1,000 rupees, 10 cents per ride to basically give you some cover. You can get some travel cover. You can get car cover. You can get motor cover. So if you're if you rent a motorbike and you accidentally get into a motorbike accident, you can get obviously insurance for that as well. And then even personal indemnity. So if you do an activity and you get injured, might be quad biking, whitewater rafting, you go onto the swing in the rice fields and that swing breaks, whatever it is, you can get some cover. Obviously, I've got my own travel insurance, but it's good to know that if you do forget to get insurance, you can obviously jump into those apps to get what you need. So that's obviously the run through of both Gojek and Grab. I showed you more Gojek because it's the one that I normally use. It's a little bit cheaper for most things, but you can see that they're quite similar with the options that you can use. I don't think Gojek has insurance, only Grab has insurance, so it is an option, but I do recommend you grab some form of insurance before you travel overseas anyways. The last on the page is Tokopedia. Now, the issue with Tokopedia is I normally use it on desktop. The reason being is on desktop, you can actually change the language to English, whereas on the app itself, you can only be in Indonesian. Now, you can see it's got a bit of a Temu feel. So if you've been on Temu before, you can see that they've got the spinning wheel trying to offer you discounts on things that you can do. But basically, up the top here, you might just type in whatever you're after. You can see some of the stuff that I've been already looking at. I was trying to find a dice game called Perudo to buy that because I really want to play it. So you can see that you just basically type at the top whatever it is that you need. So before I did give an example of like, let's go to iPhone tripod as an example. So let's just say you're trying to build a bit of content. You go iPhone tripod, and you can see you got different options. It's got the prices there. The good thing is you can pay in cash. So they can just deliver it. You don't even need to put your credit card in here. They'll just deliver it to your door. You can pay cash on arrival. So it's one of those other things where really beneficial, I feel, because if, especially being Bali, I've heard it's hard getting things imported from other countries. But now with this, you can feel secure that if you pay in cash, you're not going to have to pay anything unless you actually get the physical item to your door, which is really good. So if there's things that you've forgotten, it could be, whatever you can think of. This is pretty much like the Balinese Amazon. You can find anything. So we can even go to like PlayStation, for example. I can even buy a PlayStation if necessary. So you got a PlayStation 3 there. I did see a PS5 just there. I'm just scrolling a bit too fast. So you can see $940 Australian or 9,408,000 for a PlayStation. So if you are in looking to relocate like I am, I probably will buy a PlayStation at a later date so that I've done a little bit of research. But basically, yeah, you can find anything you like. All you need to do is once again, make sure that you've got the correct address and always select cash on arrival so you're not out of pocket waiting for something to be delivered that, you may never see. So guys, that's pretty much it for today. I hope you really enjoyed the video. I hope I gave you a good run through of the three apps that you definitely need if you're traveling to Bali or looking to relocate. So if you have any questions, make sure you comment down below, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.